Welcome to the Nate Jones Story. Don't forget to sign up and become a member to the Nate Jones Story so you don't get lost in the sauce behind any of this that's transpired. Listen, Mike Tyson got into a bout that was above his situation. They created a betting line for it and made it a scheduled sanctioned bout. So even though what was staged as an exhibition at first got turned into a real fight, where it would go on someone's record as a win or a loss in the history of boxing. Now, going into this fight, a lot of parameters had to be made and been met. First off, Tyson being allowed to fight after almost dying 2-3 months ago, being granted permission to fight at 58 years old, then having a medical emergency that caused him to have a blood transfusion. What boxing commission would allow the fight to continue? That was pretty strange. Then it also appeared to be strange when you turn around and you look and you see a lot of different things materializing in front of you. When there's a betting line now for this fight and people could actually take bets. And in the first round, it looks like Mike Tyson is trying to come out to, at least let his hands go some. But it was a lot of openings that he kind of held back his punches. And that just looked weird. So we didn't know if it was the injury to Mike Tyson or Mike Tyson just lost a step. But professional bettors who've lost tens of thousands of dollars, some even hundreds of thousands, betting on Mike Tyson to knock out Jake Paul in this fight. Like, people were really putting some big money on Mike Tyson. So to keep the lines honorable, they went ahead and was covering and betting on Jake a lot of these casinos. So Jake would remain the favorite. So towards the end, there was a lot of heavy money going on Mike Tyson to pull off the upset. Now, there's some groups of people who gambled and lost money who felt like the fight was fixed, and therefore they're suing Jake Paul, the promotional company, everybody that put it together, MVP, Mike Tyson, all of them, for putting on a staged fight. And they're saying, Jake Paul saying he felt he could have knocked Tyson out but didn't want to do it. That cost people money, and they said, hey, he just admitted he carried Mike Tyson. So that's a violation of the fight game and the rules. And I don't know how they're going to go about trying to prove that to a point where it's going to make money. But to me, that's kind of crazy. To see that just go down in that fashion, that was a little weird.
much has Mike Tyson lost from that 20-year-old guy in the 37 years since then? How does he feel now? He might have been excited when he said he wanted to do it, but how does he feel now? You got months and months and months of this.
I just want to see something other than those mitts.
Does he dismiss does he wish he didn't say yes to it?
Joe Rogan has exposed the truth behind the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight. The fight has become the epicenter of controversy once again, as Joe Rogan, one of the most influential voices in sports commentary, has weighed in with explosive allegations. Rogan recently claimed that the bout between the YouTuber turned boxer and the legendary heavyweight was scripted.
It's like Matt always says, play to your strengths.
Yeah,
no
but you got to take that payday. I mean, what did he make out of that fight? He probably made $10 million or something.
Yeah, and Jake Paul's very smart, man. Like he gets guys that he's bigger than. The only time he fought another boxer his size was Tom Fury, and he lost. Tom Fury?
Good fight.
Tommy Fury.
Very good fight. Very good fight.
Rogan's statements have sent shockwaves through the sports world, igniting debates about the authenticity of the fight and the credibility of celebrity boxing as a whole. During a recent episode, Rogan dissected the fight in his trademark analytical style, pointing out what he described as glaring signs of choreography. He explained that the pacing, the lack of aggressive exchanges, and certain interactions between the fighters appeared unnaturally coordinated. Rogan said that he has been around combat sports for decades, and what he saw in that fight was not a genuine competition. It was entertainment, plain and simple. He explained that the way Jake Paul and Mike Tyson interacted, it felt like a performance designed to ensure both fighters walked away unscathed and incredibly rich.
How's his health? How's his back? How's his knees?
Seems to be having fun when he's promoting it.
Yeah.
He seems to be
into it. It's probably on mushrooms, bro.
Rogan also referenced the viral leaked audio clip in which Jake Paul allegedly tells Tyson, "I got your money," as potential evidence supporting his claims. While the audio has yet to be verified, Rogan suggested that moments like these further undermine the fight's credibility. Moreover, Rogan highlighted several moments in the fight that he believes point to it being scripted. He noted that Jake Paul, known for his aggression and knockout power, seemed to hold back when he had opportunities to dominate Tyson. Conversely, Tyson, despite flashes of his old brilliance, appeared to pull punches at critical moments. Joe Rogan argued that the fight's structure seemed designed to ensure it lasted the full 8 rounds, maximizing entertainment value without jeopardizing either fighter's safety.
I think they're making him have slightly bigger gloves.
14 ounces.
14 ounces. That's so sparring gloves.
Big,
Yeah, and it's not
Almost.
sanctioned, right? It can't be sanctioned.
It's sanctioned.
It's sanctioned.
It is sanctioned.
How do you sanction that?
Texas.
Yeehaw. Same place you can own a giraffe.
The entrances, the in-ring banter, and the way the fighters seemed to play to the crowd felt more like a WE event than a genuine boxing match, Rogan claimed. His comments have added fuel to an already raging fire of skepticism surrounding celebrity boxing. Social media erupted following his remarks, with fans and critics alike debating whether the fight was indeed rigged. Joe Rogan's remarks have reignited the debate about the legitimacy of crossover and exhibition fights. Critics argue that these events prioritize spectacle over sport, undermining boxing's credibility. On the other hand, supporters contend that these fights draw attention to a sport that has struggled to maintain mainstream appeal in recent years. The controversy also raises questions about the future of celebrity boxing. If fans begin to perceive these bouts as scripted, the novelty and excitement that drive ticket sales and pay-per-view purchases may fade.
I want to be a world champion. That's my goal.
Who are you fighting next?
Joe Biden, literally. People are just really hating. What if some people just think it was not that entertaining of a fight?
Several days have passed since Jake Paul claimed victory over Mike Tyson by unanimous decision, but the buzz surrounding the fight shows no signs of fading. Online discussions are ablaze with speculation, including heated debates about whether the bout was staged. Adding fuel to the fire, a supposed fight script has been making rounds on social media. Amid the controversy, Olympic bronze medalist Tony Jeffries has weighed in, offering his perspective on the polarizing showdown. On Instagram, the ex-boxer reviewed the script meticulously, dissecting each line and matching it against the real fight. The script outlined Tyson's opening strategy, an aggressive onslaught, marked by relentless bobbing and weaving to kick things off. Jeffries said, "That's exactly what was going to happen. Would Mike Tyson come out and start moving on his back foot and not bobbing and weaving his head like he always has done?" Reacting to the first round, the script also indicated that Tyson would start with a jab, with Jeffries commenting, "Jab is what you lead with, and yes, that's the punch that every fighter throws when the fight starts." Overall, Jeffries found round 1 of the script pretty accurate, as the the Olympic bronze medalist quickly advanced to round 5, he was eager to see how the fight ended in the script. The script claimed the fight ended in the 5th round, with Jake Paul delivering a decisive right hand that knocked out Mike Tyson. Jeffries dismissed this outright, saying, "Obviously, this did not happen, so this script is full of BS." Jeffries concluded, "In truth, there was no knockout, not even a knockdown, a fact that, ironically, was what made the fight so tedious in the first place."
Look, to say Mike Tyson is throwing a fight, I just can't see that. I mean, they weren't out there to hurt each other. Like, Jake Paul was not going to go out there and try to knock Tyson's head off. He threw some shots now that had some meaning. Mike threw some shots that had meaning. But you got to understand, like, what time it is. When you, like, see, you know, what's really transpiring out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just become too much. There's too much, like, there's everybody's against everything that goes on now. There's so much going on in the world that people have to be always enamored by. But I never saw it the way they did, the fight. I saw it as an event. I felt like the real boxing matches were before that fight. And after that, you know, this was the entertainment bout. You know, we all wanted to see if Tyson would knock him out or will he fight or whatever. So you saw an event. And plus, people would not charge money for this. So that's why I'm like, you weren't charged any money for this. If you chose to bet on it, that's on you. You know, this was free on Netflix. So it's like you had 50 million people tune in to watch it. And okay, that's because it was free. They didn't have to spend money. Like Netflix got 16 million subscribers and 50 million people tuned in to watch it live. So if 50 million people tuned in to watch it live out of 200 million subscribers, imagine if you tried to make him pay for it. And plus, the live stream was horrible. They were not equipped to handle all of this at one time. 50 million people trying to tune in at one time caused a server crash because they're not ready for live events. Right, pre-recorded things, yeah, it's great then. But not when it's live and you're watching a live event and you're covering it and then the event's over and you don't know what the hell happened because you're buffering. Well, you know, that's what the thing is. You have to evolve, you know, in life. You got to move on. Now, to say boxing needed this, it didn't. Boxing did not need Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. it brought some attention, yes. But did boxing need Jake Paul and Mike Tyson? Absolutely not. This is not going to save boxing. But I'm glad it gave a spotlight to, Amanda Serrano and Katie Holmes and all the other fighters that was on the undercard. I'm glad that people got a chance to see them. Even though the majority of the people were watching it were casuals who tuned in, I was just glad that, boxing had a front seat. Well, the thing about boxing is just that there are too many belts, there's too many companies, there's too many people trying to control everything, and you don't have the money for it. Boxing is built and made its reputation on audience, a live audience. So when COVID hit, it crippled the boxing business. And a lot of people were barely making money on house fights, which you're taking a loss on a house fight almost all the time you do it, but you're trying to build a fighter that is special to eventually be a headliner to make you millions of dollars. But because of social media now, guys can have one mediocre fight and go online, show the clips and highlights to that and say he's the next greatest thing. And then the people can either be convinced by it or not. But they run in their own social media and, it's just women. They think you're going to be a star, so they all fall in those narratives. What's up? So do I think it's fake? No, not really, but to a degree. I knew he wasn't going to try to knock Mike out. He had Mike Tyson hurt. I felt he probably could have got Mike out of there, but I think he really felt about him because, he had that health injury going into the fight. That Mike really, had a bad leg. His legs were gone. But Mike Tyson got in shape for this fight. Like he had been sitting on the couch podcasting for the longest of time, and now you're back in the ring. Trust me, I know what that's like. Sitting on the couch and then going up there playing basketball, dropping 20s and 30s on people's heads. It's not a good feeling. Sorry, Romel. But when you wake up, the video will be here. So these people are going to lose this lawsuit because there's no real evidence that the fight was, rigged or anything. You can't say, well, Tyson pulled his punches. He didn't let his punches go. We don't know if he was having complications or not. So it's hard to say and gauge just by the way, you present it. Oh man, something just went down over here. So don't forget to subscribe to the page. It's your boy Carcino. I'm out. Join the Nate Jones story. The membership's alive. Love, peace, and hair grease. I'm out.